Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to get into how much of your money should be in gold and silver. 5%, 10, 20. Some people online will tell you to go all in. And I'm going to tell you what I actually do. Why I think precious metals as an insurance and not as an investment. And why that distinction changes what you stack. Including what kinds of coins I buy and what I avoid. Most people ask, how much gold should I buy? They want a dollar amount. That is the wrong question. The right question is, what percentage of your total net worth do you want to be in precious metals? Because $1,000 in gold means something completely different if your net worth is $10,000 versus $500,000. Thinking in percentages forces you to be honest about what role metals actually play in your financial life. And that brings us to the big question. Are you investing or are you insuring? Here's how I think about it. An investment is something you expect to grow. Stocks, real estate, your business, you put money in and you expect more money out. Insurance is different. You're not trying to get rich off of your car insurance. You have that so if something goes wrong, you're not wiped out. And that's how I see gold and silver. It's an insurance against the off chance that the dollar goes to zero. I know that sounds extreme. The dollar probably won't collapse in our lifetime. But probably is exactly why insurance exists. You don't buy homeowners insurance because you expect your house to burn down. You buy it because if it does, you're not starting from zero. Gold and silver have been money for thousands of years, and if the dollar goes to zero tomorrow, your metals won't go with it. They're still worth something everywhere on Earth. Of course, they're not going to 10x. They're not a get-rich-quick play. They're the thing that's standing when everything else is on fire. And once you see it as an insurance, the question of how much gets a lot easier to answer. My personal target is 5% of my net worth in precious metals. And why 5%? Because it's enough to matter that if thing goes sideways, it's not so much that it's dragging down my overall returns, but kind of there as an insurance policy, like I said. Gold historically returns around 2 to 4% a year over the long run. The stock market does 7 to 10. So if you put 50% of your money in metals, you are leaving a lot of growth on the table. But at 5%, even if metals go sideways for a decade, the impact on your total portfolio is minimal. If the dollar really does lose most of its value, that 5% becomes the foundation you rebuild on. It's the same logic as any insurance. You don't spend half of your income on insurance premiums. You spend just enough to sleep at night. Not everyone agrees with 5%, and that's fine. Ray Dalio, one of the biggest hedge fund managers in history, has said he thinks 5 to 10% in gold makes sense. Some financial advisors say 1 to 3%. And I personally think any asset allocation less than 5% is not worth your time. More aggressive stackers will say 15, 20, even higher. And there's no single right answer. It depends on your age, your income, and your other assets. And honestly, how worried you are about the economy. The point is, pick a number, make it intentional, and don't just buy randomly. Now here's where my insurance mindset shapes what I actually buy. When you treat metals as insurance, you want one thing above all else: easy resale and liquidity. That means bullion, government minted, widely recognized coins in standard sizes. Eagles, maples, Britannias, Krugerrands, kangaroos. These are all coins that any dealer in the world will buy from you instantly. No question, no haggling over condition. What I'm not buying right now is numismatics. Rare coins, graded coins, limited editions, and proof sets. Are they cool? Absolutely. Can they go up in value? Sure. But their price depends on collector demand, condition, and grading, not just the metal content. And a pinch, nobody cares if your coin is MS70, they care how many ounces you have. Numismatics are fine as a hobby, but if you're building an insurance position, you want stuff that's liquid, and bullion is as liquid as it gets. So buy the metal, not the story, or the marketing. So how do you actually get to 5% or whatever your target number is? Step 1, figure out your net worth. Add up everything, subtract your debts. And then step 2, multiply your target percentage. If your net worth is $100,000 and your target's 5%, that's $5,000 in metals. Step 3, don't try to get there overnight. Dollar cost average, buy a little each month, each quarter, it's up to you. You'll smooth out the price swings and it won't wreck your cash flow. And then step 4, rebalance once a year. If gold rips and is now 8% of your net worth, maybe you chill on buying for a while. If it dips to 3%, maybe you add a little. Treat it like any other part of your finances. Intentional and not emotional. So what is my approach? 5% insurance because the off chance the dollar goes to zero. And I've worked my entire life and some Weimar Republic situation happens. And will the dollar collapse? Probably not. But I'd rather have 5% in metals and not need it and to not have it. Let me know in the comments what is your target percentage, and are you in the insurance camp or the investment camp? I want to hear it. If you're new here, hit subscribe. I break down gold and silver without any hype. Just straight talk. I'll see you all in the next one.